Did the ceasefire, did this pause fail? Did this pause fail? Did the pause ever happen? Was there ever a pause? These are my three questions tonight. I welcome from New Delhi Major General G.D. Bakshi, for the Iran View senior journalist Yusuf Jalali, strategic affairs expert Peter Topichanov from Moscow. Troy Blackwell is a former advisor to Biden, Democrat from New York. Saurabh Shukla from News Mobile from Washington. Sierra Claire, foreign policy expert from Los Angeles. Dean Baxendale, he's the author and publisher of the Sunday Guardian, is a columnist from Toronto. And Rayan Amiri, founding leader of the Conservative Party of Iran, in exile, live from Istanbul. Rayan, what is your view of this pause? Was there ever a pause? Who is not working to let a pause happen in the last 3 days?
Look, the Islamist regime, of course, it is that the answer is the Islamist regime. The pause, the actual pause is going to happen only when the regime is gone. That is the only actual ceasefire that you would want. Because as long as this regime is in charge, you're going to have war and chaos and misery for the citizens in the Middle East. That is the answer. That is the actual answer that you want. The actual pause is the end of the regime, and the end of regime didn't come yet, so there's no pause yet.
No, but the pause offer, Rayan, I'll go to Yusuf Jalali. He was asked, Rayan Amiri, I'm coming back to you again. General Bakshi, are you there? General Bakshi, let me go back to Rayan. Rayan, who is Trump talking to is a question he was asked, I think at that same briefing. He says, I'm talking to a top person. A top person. Then he said, I can't name him, but we are dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. Who is this person? Who is this person who Witkoff is talking to? Is there any such person?
Yeah, there is. Witkoff actually previously talked with His Majesty Reza Shah Pahlavi II, which you interviewed last year with him. And I think he is the most respected person because on January 8th, you said which people? The people of Iran who took to the streets on January 8th and January 9th after a call to protest by Reza Shah Pahlavi II, in millions, en masse, they took to the streets. Look at the videos, viral videos. Millions of people took to the streets against the regime, chanted against the regime, and they chanted Javid Shah. So why the mainstream media are denying this, just the obvious fact and not covering that is beyond imagination.
No, General Bakshi,
the will of the Iranian people.
Rayan, can I ask you one question genuinely?
1 second.
1 minute. General Bakshi, now I have a clean feed with you. Are you telling me that Steve Witkoff is negotiating with a man sitting in New York who has lived most of his life in America? And this is what the negotiation is about? You're not serious, Ryan. You're not serious about it.
Because he talked with Witkoff, he said it on tape. He said it, he talked at the order of President Trump. He talked with Reza Shah Pahlavi II.
But Reza Shah Pahlavi doesn't need talking. He's a CIA asset.
No, he is not CIA asset. That is your assessment. This is beyond imagination.
I can't believe it now. General Bakshi,
lunatic to say such a thing.
Okay, General Bakshi. General Bakshi.
Arnab, this is, please, Rand, give us a break. This is Alice in Wonderland or the Mad Hatter's Party. I haven't heard something funnier. Look,
if he was CIA asset,
Ryan, 1 minute. General Bakshi he's hitting my one.
We heard you, boy. We heard you, old man. Now give us a chance.
Be respectful, man.
All right.
Be respectful.
Arnab,
he doesn't mean it that way.
We are at a critical...
Crazy lunatics like you.
Sir, can I please... Please,
these are all,
Ryan,
these are different perspectives. These are tough times. Nothing's personal here, all right? Let's continue the debate, please. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, okay. Let's everyone calm down here. Yeah, okay. General Bakshi,
Arnab,
who is Trump talking to?
We are at a critical decision point in this war.
You are.
Right?
We are.
Donald Trump has pushed up the Tripoli amphibious assault group 31 MEU from Al-Kahama in Japan, which has reached. The second group, Boxer, which has hovercrafts, for landings, is about to reach. Donald Trump, the voyage was to last 5 days. Donald Trump gave a 5 days ceasefire so that this group could reach. And then he made the pretense of talk for the third time, after having stabbed Iran in the back twice, on the pretext of talks, murdered the Ayatollah and his family, right? Murdered 168 girls, etc. Now he again wants to repeat the same.
Rayan Amiri countering General Bakshi.
Expects Iran to, so therefore, he is at the cusp of a decision, cusp of a critical decision, whether to put...
I understand where you're coming from, Rayan, but Americans will be concerned. See, Sierra, you don't want a Pearl Harbor moment out here. It's maybe America's military strategists have taken it too easy by assuming, Sierra and Dean, that
there are certain targets that you and me cannot speculate on, but there is certain things that they want to do. One, certainly a key priority is to open Strait of Hormuz, and that also comes not only by the US, but some of its allies as well. And there is a greater clarity coming here in Washington, D.C., that can only happen if allies join in. And that view is being debated as we speak at the Pentagon and other places where the decision-making is happening. Second thing, on Karg Island, yes, I would agree with Dean. That's the second priority, where you see that some kind of a energy and oil flow can happen once you take Karg Island, which is, obviously General Bakshi knows better about wars than I do, but can be the second doable option that they have. But I don't see at all a full-scale ground invasion happening.
Many regional powers rising simultaneously, and it means that we will have more and more regional and local conflicts and tensions. So it's not easy thing. Also, there is a question about what about a leader of the previous unipolar world. Would it be easier for the United States to accept the future role as one of many regional powers, or the United States wants to stay in the center of the system built by the United States and allies? So there are so many unpredictabilities in this way. And this conflict demonstrates that even the close alliance and the way to the multipolar world.
I go back to Rayan for a last word. Rayan, now today is the 25th of March, right? It's been a month now. A month back, people would have believed you. You are the founding leader of the Conservative Party of Iran. You support Raza Pahlavi. You say this war is the only chance to end the Islamic rule of the clerics in Iran. But today, Rayan, today if you were to go back to Iran, first of all, could you?
No, absolutely not. They will execute me immediately. No, they will execute me.
They will execute you immediately, and you're obviously going to be a target. You're going to be killed. But where is the civic nationalism which you spoke about? You keep saying this. I've heard you talk about civic nationalism. Maybe, Rayan, the way Trump has been talking and dealing and bombing, it's only making America less popular. And where are all the people who would come out? You can't say they're all afraid. This was their moment. They have, in that sense, not risen to the occasion.
Look, if you want an answer, you must go back what happened on January 8th and January 9th. The people, it's a revolution happening. That's why we need to go back why all of this is started. Why all of this was started. Because the regime killed more than 40,000 people during the January 8th and January 9th uprising, which was after the call to protest by this man, His Majesty Reza Shah Pahlavi, which you disrespected tonight. You called him a CIA asset. If he is a CIA asset, why the Voice of America is talking against him? The propaganda machine of America is talking against Reza Shah Pahlavi constantly 24/7. Why is that? Because he's not a CIA asset. He's not conceding anything to America. And that's why he's not right now in America. He's in Europe because of his safety, because of everything. So you guys must understand, you foreigners, that there is a factor called the Iranian people. I'm an Iranian. I'm 30 years old. I don't want this regime because this regime is a theocracy. They created misery. We lost our youth, everything. We lost our country. Look at our country. There's nothing left of our country. Nothing. So people came to the streets, they took to the streets, they chanted in favor of this man, His Majesty, en masse. That's on tape, like thousands of videos. You cannot deny that. And also they chanted against the Ayatollah. The Ayatollah killed people en masse, tens of thousands. How you can be worried about why Ayatollah is gone? People celebrated the death of Ayatollah
Reza Shah
because they don't want a
Pahlavi
theocracy.
carry out
and
genocide and mass
this old
murder in
man
Iran.
called the Persian Gulf. He called the Persian Gulf the Gulf of Hormuz. It means he doesn't know
ruled on
anything
behalf
about
of the
Iran.
CIA,
He even doesn't
man.
know the name of the Gulf. The name is the Persian Gulf.
Okay, ladies and
not the
gentlemen.
Gulf of Hormuz.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My
that's
expert.
Rayan Amiri. He leads the Conservative Party of Iran in exile. He says, if I go back, I'll be executed. I don't discount that. I don't doubt that. But as of now, Rayan, despite your very strong intervention, we're back to status quo tonight. And that's the only headline I can give you on this Wednesday evening. We're on status quo right now. As far as Reza Shah Pahlavi is concerned, if he comes on Republic, we'll be happy to have him on live, wherever he is, Europe, the US, wherever he is tonight. And viewers, I'll see you soon, very soon. The breaking news continues. Good night and goodbye.